space. Well, not really. Take two. Here, in the Mitten State. Welcome to Code 47, bringing you all things Star Trek, spanning the quadrants, the best thing since the neutral zone.
And we are back, episode 42 of the Code 47 podcast on the Secret Friends Unite podcasting network. This is your officially licensed, again, Trek Lord of West Michigan. I've got my piece of paper. My renewal went through. Charlie Carden coming at you with my ever faithful, sometimes faithful co-host, transporter double duo of Raren, Rich and Aaron, coming back to talk to you about Star Trek Discovery. Guys, how are you?
Hello, I'm great. How are you?
I mean, I'd be better if I would get through the count-in every once in a while, but...
Oh.
What? I just said you could do it every single time.
Always going to be controversy with the two of you. Oh my God, we're like a you know, is it Weenie and the Butt in the morning? We're like a perfect like morning radio show.
Weenie
Two guys
and
and a girl. Weenie and the Butt. I don't know where it wasn't that from. Or what's the one from The Simpsons?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I don't watch cartoons.
Oh, that's right. Anti-cartoon. Well, you are not going to be having fun when we get to, when we get to Lower Decks next month. But I digest. Anyway, we're back. We're covering the back half of season 3 of Star Trek Discovery, which kicks off with episode 8, which aired in December of last year. This is the most recent Star Trek we had, wasn't it? Didn't this run? And Picard was at the beginning of 2020, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, this is the freshest.
It's the most freshest. But anyway,
this isn't more fresh than Lower Decks season 1, though, is it?
Yeah, because Lower Decks season 1 was just prior to this.
Oh, was it? I thought it was
basically this time. Lower Decks season 1 is actually what kicked off this podcast, because that was
Rich,
what we were talking about.
Rich, go back to your corner.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go back to your corner. Turn around.
Sorry.
It'll be like the end of the Blair Witch Project. Go back to your corner.
Yikes.
Yeah. So anyway, we kick it off with episode 8, Sanctuary, directed by Jonathan Frakes. Who's doing the honors?
Rich can this time.
I'll start off. Okay. So Book receives a distress signal from his brother Kaim, who says their home planet of Quijibo or something is threatened.
Quijibo. No, it's actually Quajon, but Quijibo is a Simpsons reference.
It's a Simpsons reference, right?
That was Bart Simpson's from Scrabble. That was Quijibo was his word.
Bart Simpson's Scrabble word, yep. Is being threatened by the Emerald Chain and a syndicate of Andorians and Orions led by Osira, Aaron's favorite character.
Oh, yeah.
Boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
The Quijiboans' harvests have been devastated by locusts following climate changes caused by the burn. And Kaim made a deal with Osira to repel the locusts in exchange for transworms. This caused a rift between Book and Kaim, civilizations that receive help from the... Sorry, what? Sorry, what's going on? Receive help from the Emerald Chain often collapse, so Discovery travels to Quijibo. I can't say it.
Dude, I like it.
We're going to go with it. Kaim reveals to Book and Burnham that Osira wants Rin, an Andorian servant who is freed on Hunau. After a fight, Kaim agrees to disobey Osira in exchange for Discovery helping to repel the locusts, which are apparently still a problem. During this time, Discovery keeps Osira from taking Rin by attacking her with Book's ship, but she sees through the ruse and promises retaliation against the Federation before retreating. Meanwhile, Culber studies Giorgio, who appears to be ill and is experiencing blackouts and flashbacks.
Wow, there are a lot of words in this summary. I'm just going to start with that. Quijibo, Osira, Kaim, and Federation. I don't know. Cool story, bro. No, I like it.
Yeah.
It's a decent enough fleshing out of the Book character that we don't know a lot about.
Oh, they could have made it more interesting, though.
Yeah, no kidding.
I thought it was boring and stupid.
Well, okay then.
The best part of it is the B story, the stuff with Giorgio.
That's very true.
Yep.
Anything with Giorgio is always going to be the best story. Directed by Frakes, though, was he at least competent doing that? Everybody loves him.
I mean, you work with what was written, and I'm sure he did his best with what he had.
I mean,
Right.
if you're going to direct the phone book, it's going to be boring, even if you're like, Steven
Right.
Spielberg.
I'm
So-
starting with the cues, the Quidjibos. Quidjibo might be the name of this
Did-
episode. That's
Did
my early
anybody
favorite.
else? Did either of you have a problem with how dickish Book's brother was? And I guess he had his reasons or whatever. But then all is forgiven, and
Right,
they're a
yeah.
happy family now.
Yeah, it was
Very-
all like perfectly fine at the end there.
It was
Like-
just like in Black Widow, where it's like we all hate each other, but now we're all super simpatico. Everything's great.
We're family.
Family. I was gonna say bring in you know who's got you bring up the rear on that one. Give me a meme of Dom Toretto. No, don't do that.
Oh God.
All right. Well, since everybody's taking a drink of the haterade, why don't we move on to the next episode?
Okay, so this is split up into two. I'll just read the first part, and then Rich, you can do the second part after we talk shit on the first part.
Sweet.
That sounds awesome. Go for it, kids.
All right, Terraformer Part 1. Kulbar is visited by Kovich, a mysterious Starfleet operative who explains that since Giorgio has traveled through time and from a different universe, the Mirror Universe, her molecules have moved too far from their origin and she is now likely to die.
Son of a bitch! I hate it when that happens.
Consulting with Discovery's computer, which has been augmented with the intelligent sphere data, Culber believes that Giorgio could be saved by traveling to an uninhabited planet, Danis 5. Stamets and Adira use the SB-19 data to trace the source of the burn to the Reuben Nebula?
Yeah,
Is that how we say it?
The Reuben. That's my favorite sandwich. I like it.
The Reuben sandwich.
The Reuben sandwich.
And discover a distress signal from a Kelpian starship. On Danis 4, Giorgio and Burnham encounter a strange being named Carl. Sorry.
The hot Carl.
Named Carl.
Carl.
No,
Carol.
my dad tells every telemarketer that calls him that his name is Carl Sanders, and he just says really obnoxious stuff about all these health problems he's having with his anus. And it's to the point now where he's getting mail sent to his house for Carl Sanders because they sell his false information. So when I see the name Carl, I laugh. And we also told my daughter Lexi that one of her baby's names was Carl, so she has a baby. She has a little baby doll named Carl.
Who has anal fissures as well? That's unfortunate.
Anal fissures happen. Anyway, okay. Giorgio and Burnham encounter a strange being named Carl who directs Giorgio to a door. On the other side, she finds herself back in the Mirror Universe during the time she was Emperor of the Terran Empire. Giorgio finds that her time with Discovery has changed her, and she uses her knowledge of the past to alter certain events, including a slave Saru, Cirque du Soleil, and sparing the life of the treacherous Michael Burnham.
It was a cornucopia of, huh?
The Cirque du Soleil part was just lame.
I just, it was obviously, it came to a time when they wanted to get Giorgio out of the, they wanted to get her kind of out of the way.
Yeah.
They were kind of setting her up to be a part of this Section 31 show, which may or may not be happening. I kind of had my fill of the, Mirror Universe on steroids in the Blue Man Group that we had in season 1. So I wasn't really, and it kind of did nothing with the plot line of the season, which I truly enjoyed.
Right.
So
It was a waste of time.
I was a big thumbs down on this, and then obviously on part 2 because it just keeps it going. So yeah.
Couple of positives I took from this episode were I like that aerial view that they do of Giorgio and Burnham because it looks just like it did in the pilot episode where they're walking with the footprints.
Oh,
I noticed that too. That was cool.
So visually that was really cool for me. And I also liked that Carl has a newspaper called the Star Dispatch, which is the paper name in the episode City on the Edge of Forever.
Right. Nice callball. Which obviously in part 2.
Yeah.
Part 2 we're gonna find out what that means. So all right.
So okay, but I here's the thing.
Please.
I kind of liked this little diversion because I was honestly bored.
No, sorry.
I was honestly bored with where they were going with the main stuff, and it's like, okay, now we're gonna get into some Trekkie stuff, which is traveling to distant universes or whatever, away from what we know. And I Carl stuck out like a sore thumb, but like I don't know what the hell was going on with him. I was like, all right, this is weird. He's got a stogie in one hand. Hey, it's me, Carl. Why don't you jump through the door over there? You know,
hey, Fugazi, you.
Yeah, right. Like I was like, good. What is going on here? I was completely like, I wasn't expecting it to go 2 episodes though. That's where it kind of fell down. I was like, what? Okay.
All right. I'm
Right.
with Charlie. Boo.
Boo.
Yeah, boo. Boo.
See,
Boo. All right. So do we need to talk about part 2 in much detail, or do we just kind of cover it? I don't know. Go ahead.
Well,
Rich, do what you want.
Rich, you want to read this long ass thing? We don't need to.
Well, I don't think we need to, except to explain that Carl is actually the Guardian forever, right?
Yeah.
That was fun.
I don't understand. Why is the Guardian a person now?
Well, they want to like make all these people that loved the original series like jerk off to this show, so they're doing that.
Well, it worked.
I'm really glad they didn't. Oh God, glad they didn't film that. Yeah, but I mean, it's a leap of like, okay, he's the Guardian forever, so now he went to a different planet, and he's also some old guy named Carl. So
right.
That wasn't really covered in the subset of the abilities of the Guardian, but whatever.
Right.
I'm gonna call him Captain Carl.
Captain Carl.
Captain Carl.
Captain Carl.
Captain Hot Carl.
Captain Hot Carl. That would be in the running for the name of the episode, but putting Hot Carl out there on our feed, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to go down like that.
Maybe just Captain Carl.
The question is, does Todd know? So
he knows. Despite the fact that Todd seems to be such a goody-goody, he knows a lot of terrible stuff. He was the one who said, "Hey, Urban Dictionary, do you know what a goatsy is?"
No.
We need to talk about that. All right, yeah. Moving on. Episode 11 is Sukal. Who's got this one? We back to you guys did a hybrid of the last one, so you pick whoever wants to read it.
Oh no, we didn't read the second one, so this is all Rich.
Oh, there you
me?
go.
All right, I'll take it.
Take it away.
Discovery detects a life sign on the starship in the radioactive Reuben Nebula. Reuben Nebula.
The Reuben sandwich.
The Reuben
sandwich nebula. And Saru suggests that this could be the child of one of the starship's scientists. They jump there to investigate and find a planet made primarily of dilithium inside the nebula. Saru, Burnham, and Culber transport to the planet, leaving Tilly in command of Discovery. On the planet, the away team find themselves inside a complex holographic simulation designed by the scientists to raise and protect the child. They find the child, Sukal, and discover that he was born with a biology adapted to the planet and radioactive nebula, while the away team suffers from radiation poisoning. That was a terrible sentence. Sukal is not prepared to deal with the reality outside the simulation, and when he becomes upset, he creates an energy surge similar to the burn. The Emerald Chain ship, commanded by Osira, arrives. Book flies into the nebula to retrieve the away team. He gets Burnham, but the others, plus a stowaway Adira, stay with Sukal. Osira captures Discovery and makes it jump to the Federation headquarters.
Bing, bang, boom, pow!
How disappointing was this for you guys?
I was, you know what? After the massive disappointment that was the prior 2 episodes, I was simply happy to see things tilt back in the right direction. But
I know, but it was like episode after episode of, oh my God, what could have caused the burn? What could it be? And then it's just some annoying dude.
So okay, but look, this is their commentary on QAnon, guys. This is their commentary on QAnon. What could possibly? Who's behind QAnon? Oh, who is it? It turns out it's just some bored teenager in Taiwan or whatever, right?
It's Q Shaman. That's who it is. Q Shaman, who's an alien.
That's exactly what it is. And of course, Star Trek is no stranger to social commentary, and that's exactly how I took it.
Yeah, I liked the twunt off between Tilly and Osira. That was nice. Little girl, blah, blah, and Tilly's like, well, I dug it. It was a nice showdown. Still struggling with the fact that, like, having a fucking teenager as the first officer of this ship with an, and then he leaves the ship and he's like, all right, acting first officer, you can be totally in charge of absolutely anything. And she's not even a graduate of Starfleet Academy. How could she possibly be? 20, 21?
Yeah.
I mean, it's very JJ Trek, and that's. I mean, I like her as a character, but as a first officer, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? That is kind of out there, but yeah, the wheels are turning. But yeah, annoying dude / annoying teenager is it does set it up as the burn is something that they can fix. Which is where we go over the next 2 episodes. So
they can fix it with the help of a team of psychologists.
Yeah.
I mean, for Christ's sake, I got to ask you guys something. Have you ever known someone that wore glasses like their whole life, and then they got LASIK, and so they don't wear glasses anymore, and you're like, oh wow, they look weird?
Yeah.
That's how I
sure.
felt. That's how I felt about Saru without makeup.
Yeah, because he almost Doug Jones, who again I met him at our local show here a few years ago. Wonderful guy, just like meets you and wants to touch your face and says, "Oh, I'm so glad to meet you." And it's a little unusual. He's a Midwestern guy too, which is pretty.
That
cool.
must be before COVID, because nobody's face touching anymore. But yeah, it seems like when he plays a character, he's in makeup of some kind. So yeah, that really was different. But I know I wasn't terribly disappointed. But again, this is a lead up to getting a bunch of pew 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 action in the next episode. So any other thoughts before we move on? Just one.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can go first, Rich. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Osira's face bothers me.
She is, because she's Margot Kidder's sister. So I see that's all I see when I look at her, because I look at her, I'm like, yeah, she's a little too familiar. And what's her name? Her name is such and such Kidder. That's and she's a Canadian, which that's what led me down the road. But totally looks like Margot Kidder.
See, no,
Evil
it's not
Lois
even that. It's that her top lip doesn't move, and it reminds me of Jack Nicholson in The Joker. Is she wearing a prosthetic on her face of some kind?
Don't know. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'll give you a little something for reference. Because I was looking at her IMDb, she also did a longer guest stint in one of the more recent seasons of Arrow on the CW, because that also is a Canadian show. So
I'm not watching that.
I'm not watching that show.
I'm not watching that either.
I'm
sorry, Charlie.
I haven't watched it either. I'm giving you a reference. That's just trying to get to the end of the never-ending story here. So
she looks like the Joker. She looks like she's wearing a Jack Nicholson prosthetic on her face. So
I like that the big enemy on this that is recurring throughout several episodes is female. It's a powerful female. I do like that. I know Star Trek has done that before with the Borg Queen, but other than that, it's all just been like, standalone episodes. So
like Khan and his raping.
Right.
Exactly.
Right, but never like in a long film or anything like that. So I did appreciate that, even though I don't like the character that much.
Yeah. You like the idea of the character is what you're saying. The notion.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. I can dig it. All right. Episode 12.
Oh, There Is a Tide. Is that what it's called? Yeah. There Is a Tide, and it's directed again by Johnny Frakes.
Johnny John.
Osira poses as an under attack Discovery with blocked communications, and Vance decides to let the ship through the Federation shields. Burnham and Book use the perilous transwarp network to reach Federation headquarters in time to crash land on Discovery before the shields close up. Osira sends Zara, is that who that is, to investigate, and he captures Book while Burnham escapes unseen. Book is kept hostage with the bridge crew, and Ren. Stamets is interrogated by scientist Aurelio. Is that his name?
That sounds so sexy. It's like Fabio.
It sounds like Areola.
And he's the dude with the beard and the wheelchair or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Who plans to replicate Discovery's spore drive, and the rest of Discovery's crew is released in shuttles. Osira proposes a peace treaty between Federation and the Emerald Chain to Vance. He considers the treaty but insists that Osira stand trial for her crimes, which is unacceptable to her. The bridge crew escapes with the help of Book and Rin, who are captured again. Burnham frees Stamets and safely jettisons him from the ship to prevent his capture, despite his wish to immediately save Culber, Adira, and Saru. Areola is horrified when Osira kills prisoner Rin. So I don't have much good to say about the episode, because I like what's going on, but nothing really stood out to me except Burnham doing that nerve pinch on Stamets, and then when she jettisons him, I'm like, wow,
she flushed him. Yeah.
I'm like, that's a boss move. It had to be done. Somebody had to do it. It's never her. I mean, look what she did in that last episode. She couldn't flush her friend out, evil robot lady.
She got better with the flushing. Flushing improvement. So the prisoner Rin, by the way, was the Andorian. That is, and this came up again when I was, and maybe we mentioned that's Tilly's husband in real life.
Yeah, oh, really? and he's kind of an interesting character to me in this.
Yeah, no, I like him, and so it is significant, and like you said, Areola, who is like a disciple of Osira, sees that she's just not such a super duper great lady. But yeah, I like the dynamic of her. You know, the balance of the episode is she's got, hey, I've got this treaty, and we're going to make these concessions, and we want to legitimize this trade arrangement over here, and this and that. We want to do this thing and that thing, and you guys could do this and that. Vance is like, yeah, you know, that makes some sense. But ultimately, somebody has to be responsible for things that happened, and when push comes to shove, she refuses to accept any responsibility, which reminds me of someone else in my life whose name I'm not going to mention due to a sensitive nature of a court involvement that's happening in the next few days here. But it's exactly like that person. You'll say all the shit in the world, but when it comes time to accept your part in what's happened, that you're going to backpedal. So I found that to be enormously gratifying on a personal level. You know, that instead of making a deal where you have to accept punishment or you have to accept judgment over something that you instead rankle against it. So I found that to be interesting because they were playing it along like, hey, this might actually work out and all this different stuff. And then boom, not happening. I dug it.
Yeah. Okay. I liked it too. I just,
I want to see what happens between Stamets and Burnham later because he was pretty pissed at her for pulling what she pulled.
Yeah, especially with the way things end. To wrap up the season, kind of what gets decided.
Well, they forgave her last boyfriend, so I'm sure they'll forgive her too.
Right, exactly. Very forgiving. Yeah, very forgiving. So, all right, who's taking us home? The episode 13.
That is Rich.
I'm driving. All right.
Vroom, vroom.
Unable to jump away without Stamets, Osira fights her way out of Federation headquarters and shuts off life support for the bridge crew. Despite this, Tilly and the bridge crew are able to plant a bomb in one of the ship's nacelles with the help of the sphere data, dropping Discovery from warp, which I thought was pretty cool, actually. Burnham makes her way to the ship's data core, kills Osira in a fight, and resets the computer systems. She turns life support back on and beams all Emerald Chain fighters off the ship. Areola, after a change of heart, suggests that Book could use the spore drive with his empathic abilities, and they jump to the Nebula. Saru helps Sakal turn the simulation off and come to terms with the death of his mother, as his reaction to that is what caused the burn. Burnham. Never mind. Just as Discovery arrives, Saru decides to help Sakal start a new life on Kaminar, and Burnham is promoted to captain. The Emerald Chain collapses after Osira's death, and the planets begin to join the and planets begin to rejoin the Federation. Discovery sets out to bring dilithium from the Nebula to planets that have been cut off by the burn. So a chicken in every pot, right there.
Right, exactly. No doubt.
I like that they're rebuilding the Federation as a whole.
Yeah.
I think that's a great way and a great thing that's going to happen for season 4. However, seriously, promotion to captain after all your bullshit.
Yeah, really? I know. She is the worst pick. It's like in JJ Trek. It's like could Captain Kirk be more of a total dick nut in that movie? It's like Shatner is Kirk. Yeah, he was a dick and he played it fast and loose all the time, but in the end, he got results. He talked a computer to death on like 6 or 7 different occasions. He's the man. He's awesome. You look at Chris Pine as Kirk. I swear in that first movie alone, he got his ass kicked like 5 or 6 times. He sucks. He did stuff to get people killed. He was a total idiot. So you're right. Burnham's like, okay, she's the captain now, but what kind of rogue ass thing is she going to do next? They got to have other Starfleet people they could have stuck up ahead of the line for her. So, okay, bitching point that everybody has. Uniforms. What do you think of not only these uniforms and then the ones that we've seen that are taking their place in season 4 in the trailers? Because I'm a big uniform guy.
We already talked about this. I don't like that whole color block thing. I think it looks weird.
Well,
it is kind of strange.
What do you think of the new color scheme going back to like the TNG colors where you got just the one color but it's got a stripe? You like?
Yeah, that color block, big black stripe. No, thank you.
Right. I just ordered one of those cool new season.
I know.
I'm excited. I know you read all about it. I know. I'm very excited to get my, dinner jacket or whatever the hell it is. It's somebody went on there when I posted that and wrote something snarky and then deleted it. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, who's got the big britches now, big guy? Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I'm gonna write some rude stuff on there.
Oh, please do. Gonna get you put in Facebook jail. So. Final thoughts on the season and the episode.
I want season 2 back.
Yes, such a letdown after season 2. Season 2 was phenomenal, and then we got this. It's like, come on.
I agree that season 2 is very layered. They took a long approach. Every episode seemed to play a part. I agree that this season wasn't like that because we had like Giorgio's diversion, and then you had you had to get rid of Nan in one episode to go in and found seeds or something like that. So overall, I'd like the season, but yes, with 13 episodes, there was indeed filler, and that's always a bummer, but it always seems to happen. So
they ended it with a Roddenberry quote, which was nice.
Yeah,
that was a pretty cool quote.
Absolutely. So, yes, season 4, it's my feeling that we're going to get it in like October when Lower Decks ends. But the wild card is, will we have the animated Star Trek Prodigy going on at the same time? We don't know that yet. So, at any rate, at some point between now and the end of the year, we could have 3 Star Trek programs that come out.
Where can I watch Nickelodeon?
It's on Paramount Plus.
Oh, okay, good. So I don't have to buy something.
No. Paramount Plus does bill itself as the home of 100% all Star Trek except 2 out of the 3 JJ movies. So 100% of Star Trek.
Why can't it be 3 out of the 3?
Yeah, we can just throw those in the garbage. That's fine.
Yeah. Throw them in the bloody bin, mate. That's what my Australian buddies over on Weekly Planet would say. All right, moving on to the news. I actually picked 3 stories this week because there's just a ton of shit going on. So Matt Shakman, director of Marvel's WandaVision, to direct a 2023 Star Trek film from Captain Marvel screenwriter. So you got some Marvel-ass talent coming at Star Trek. So
ass talent?
Ass talent. Yeah, there you go. I see. It would be another great name for the episode, but again, we're trying to keep the bad language words out of the table.
I think Captain Carl's a great name for it.
Definitely.
We'll see what happens. April broke news that Paramount had set up a June 2023 release date for the next Star Trek feature, and now we're getting details on the project, including these Marvel vets. So it's top secret. We're not getting a lack of confirmation that it doesn't have something to do with JJ Trek, which kind of scares me.
It's produced by J.J. Abrams, so it's going to be connected.
Later it says update, there are no details on how it fits or doesn't fit with the Kelvin or Prime universe. So I'm scared as hell. But in case you missed it, and this is kind of where I got confused, it says at the bottom of this article, there is another Star Trek film in development. We found out in March, actually, I thought it was on First Contact Day, so on April 5, that we found out that Abrams had tapped Discovery screenwriter Kalinda Vasquez to write a new Star Trek film, which is not this one. So 2 Star Trek films for 2023, one JJ, one not JJ? Maybe.
Can we just get rid of JJ altogether and let him not be involed?
I'm not even gonna see it. If it's JJ, I'm not gonna see it. He's let me down too many times. I'm done. I have enough material to hate on him for the rest of my life. I don't need to put myself through that.
I mean, I would love to tell you that I wouldn't see it, but I would see it and I would hate it and I would find a way to deal with my hatred, but I would be disappointed not only in the project, but without a doubt, the greater disappointment would be in myself. But I understand where you're coming from. but I simply cannot let it go. And speaking of things that I can't let go, Playmates is returning with new toys from across the Star Trek universe. Now, Richie, were you a collector back in the 90s? You're a couple years older than me, so you were more of a grown-up than I was in the early 90s.
No, I wasn't really a collector in the 90s,
Okay.
other than comics. I mean, I didn't really.
I hear you, but I loved the Star Trek Playmates figure lines. They were a little bigger than your traditional Star Wars G.I. Joe figures. So instead of 3 3¾ they were about 4.5 inches tall. Not exactly super. They were neither super articulated nor really intimately detailed. So they looked a little better than the G.I. Joes, but certainly not as good as the kind of stuff that you see in the toy stores these days. But it was an expansive line. It went on from, I think, either 1992 or 93 to about 1999, and they cranked through more characters than you can imagine. Weird aliens, one-offs. Obviously, you had the full cast of every show, and then variations of, so you got, the TOS cast plus the TOS movie cast, and just checklists out there. There had to be well over 100 figures. So
I love all the examples and photos they have of these new toys that they're going to make, and the photos in this article.
They have silhouettes. Is that what you're referring to? So yes, you can kind of sort of pick them out. Let's see. I feel like there's Old Man Picard in there, maybe a Spock. I don't know. Help me out here. You got another young Spock with a beard. I don't know.
You can make that out here? I can't make anything out here.
I'm really squinting. But anyway, I'm super fired up about this again.
Is this a magic eye picture? If I cross my eyes, will I see them?
The one on the right looks like Chewbacca.
I thought your eyes already were crossed. No, we don't have.
I keep sending you all my self-portraits. In chat, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. So anyway, I'm fired up about this. Again, when it comes to action figures, I made a promise a long time ago that I have a certain set of storage, and I'm not going to have any more of it. So this may result in some things getting put away and sold. If these figures turn out to be nice, I may have to kill something off in order to have these, because my biggest disappointment in Star Trek figures, the McFarlane toys, which is a really nicer-ish producer, higher-end producer. Well, they did like a Walking Dead line that was pretty nice. They're doing a DC multiverse line right now that's pretty nice. I have a handful of those. They got the Star Trek license back in 2017. They produced two figures, a Kirk and a Picard, and then they had plans for like 3 or 4 others, and they were all scrapped, and we never heard anything about it. They held on to the license for grim death until yesterday when this news dropped. So I am enthused that Playmates Playmates has a rep. They've picked up some other lines in subsequent years where they've improved their game. So I don't know. I'm fired up. It's good stuff for me.
Yeah, didn't they make the tricorders we have?
I do the Playmates. Yeah, I have a couple. I don't know. Do you have? Yeah, I have a couple from them, and I have a phaser from them from TNG, and that's right. I do.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. It says Playmates toy authorized user. So I have one.
There you go. So anyway, the any props or role play items that they make will be awesome for us cosplayers. So I'm all about that. So final story: the Emmys were announced this week, and Discovery and Lower Decks, the show that Aaron is being forced to watch under duress, were nominated for a total of 5 Emmys altogether. For season 3 of Discovery, which we just wrapped up talking about, Nobody Likes But Me, there were nods for outstanding period or character makeup, non-prosthetic and prosthetic, so that's 2, sound editing, special visual effects, and then for Lower Decks, outstanding sound editing for comedy series, which I never understand what that means. What's good? Rich, you're more of a film guy. What does outstanding sound editing mean versus like meh sound editing?
I don't know. I don't know where their line is. I just thought it was interesting that Discovery season 3 got 4 nominations, but not one of them were for like story or direction or acting or any of that. It speaks volumes about how I feel about this season. So. So anyway,
I guess I, like you, I don't really like awards, whatever. But it's nice to see. It is nice to see there be some recognition. Other genre shows include The Mandalorian, which we talked about quite a bit on this program, and also on SFU, and obviously Holocron Chronicles, WandaVision, The Handmaid's Tale, which April and I love, and Lovecraft County, which Oxtra has watched, but I've not watched. Have either one of you guys checked that one out?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no,
Is it excellent?
It's very good, but it's also cringy in certain ways. Like cringy not because of like they're trying too hard, but cringy because it's like, oh shit, okay, so that's real. All right.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Delightful. Oh my gosh. So, that's on Showtime, right?
HBO.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
send me type it in the chat and I'll check it out, Rich.
All right.
Okay.
I was gonna say, Showtime is not currently on my streaming service Roulette, but it will be again at some point. So, that's about the show, guys. So, take us up on out of here.
If we call this Carl Sanders, my dad, it will like make his whole life. If we call it
Captain Carl Sanders.
The Reuben Sandwich Nebula with Captain Carl Sanders.
Yeah, that's good. If you include Carl Sanders in the title of this episode, it'll change my dad's life.
Okay, it's done. It's done.
He'll have made it.
He's made it. All right, take us up on out of here.
All right,
Somebody.
I'll do it this time, Rich.
You got it.
For more information about Starfleet International in Michigan and beyond, please visit Grand Petoskey and Nomad on Facebook.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, friends, as always, for joining us. We are, of course, a stalwart of the Secret Friends Unite podcasting network. You're listening to Code 47. Holocron Chronicles is bi-weekly, talks about Star Trek. Opposite Weeks is the co-op mode, talking about video games. And every Friday since 2014, the Secret Friends Unite podcast, your guide to the geek side, coming right at you. All of our episodes and including a lot of fun original content, wink, wink, guys, you're overdue with your articles, can be found at secretfriendsunite.com. Find us over on Twitter at SecretFriendsU. Drop us a line. Let us know how you feel about Playmates Toys or JJ Track or Season 3 or the Emmys or whatever it is we want to hear from you. Please hit us up. Still, Rich, we did not get any hate tweets about the animated series. So either everybody agrees with us or nobody follows us on Twitter. But either way, we want to hear about it. Here's Aaron's favorite part of the show. We have a great store over on TeePublic.
We do?
Yeah, Aaron, you know what kind of things can people get over on TeePublic? I'm curious.
I don't know. I didn't even know we had one. I'm shocked right now. I'd love to buy some swag. Do you know, Charlie?
I think that they have T-shirts just by the name of the website. They probably also have hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs, magnets, notebooks.
What about tumblers?
Coffee tumblers or tumblers of other kinds. I don't know. It's all very exciting. The great news is that all of those purchases, the proceeds do support our website and our ability to bring you fun stuff here on the network. So, friends, thank you one last time for joining us. I'm going to tell you, as always, that sharing is caring and to keep on trekking.
Kapla.
And I'm going to go head out and get some signature gelato from that Starbase, guys.